Good day to you, gentle person. Today we are looking at a very, very interesting game that is very, very much in its early kind of build state. So there is a lot of updating and fine polishing and all of that kind of thing that's happening to this game. But it is good looking, and as a sort of basic gameplay idea, it's a lot of fun. It's very, very interesting. So yeah, this is why I want to show it off. I want people to come and look at it. I want people to come and play it and give the dev some love and see what kind of improvements can be made to it. And we're going to play it today. We're going to go through the gameplay a little bit, and then we're going to give our own critique just to see if that helps out a little bit with the developers' plans to improve the game. Obviously, nothing that we say is ever critical. It's just my opinion delivered in a somewhat smug and snooty way. But I hope it's useful, and I hope it brings more people to come and play the game, because that's what we do around here. We show off a game a day that I think people should play, because we need to boost games that are coming in at the grassroots level like this to put some weight against the pull of the AAA games who are trying to make us play them online through data centers that we won't even own a computer anymore, and ridiculous ideas like that. So yes, we don't want that to happen. What we want is for people to play indie games, and for people to make indie games, and for games to be this forefront of exploration into interesting worlds and interesting ideas and alternative thoughts and all of that kind of thing. Games are important that way. They're quite a visceral form of media, because you're involved. You're not just watching or listening. You're actually, taking part, and as such, in a safe way. And as such, we need that. We need that hands-on contact with the alternative ideas. I don't know. I am ranting on about my personal ideals. So let's ignore that. Let's jump in and have a look at the game. Let's click to start. Right. So these are some instructions for the gameplay. We've got to click to salvage debris for credits or jump to a point of interest. All combat is auto battle, so we don't have to click to fight, but we do have to click to salvage debris, and we do have to click to jump somewhere else. That's kind of our gameplay mechanics so far. So let us click to continue and see where that brings us. So this is us, and we've got to click on these things and zap them and bring them in. And these are like bits of debris, and we zap it, and it like fragments it up, and then our ship collects it up. Oh, there's another one. Now I don't know if we just have the chance of losing stuff if we let it go past, or if it just cycles around, or I'm not quite sure how that works. But either way, we have depleted all of the resources. Here, let's have a look at our UI for the moment. So this is us. This is our ship in the center of the screen. Those were chunks of debris that we could zap. And if there were enemy units, we would see them, and our ship would start shooting kind of bolts at them. So that's our sort of the basic gameplay elements there when we're in a sector. Now on the far left here, we have possible upgrades that we can be using. Only 3 of them, unfortunately. At the top, we talk about the kind of weapon that we have, which is a ballistic weapon system, and the damage and things. So kind of our stats of our ship over there. And we have a certain amount of hull, 50 out of 50, and a certain amount of shields, 10 out of 10. And as we get hit, our shield goes down first, and then our hull, obviously. This is the amount of resources that are in the sector that we're in, and we've zapped them all, so there are 0 more resources. This is our fuel gauge. We have 50 out of 50 fuel. I think we use that when we jump to different sectors. This is our money. We have 46 credits from the debris that we have zapped. And we have 0 XP. As you can see, it says current run XP and saved XP. So yes, I believe there is a roguelite element, but I haven't actually played that far. I played this a little bit on Firefox just to see if it worked. And then I jumped in here in Chrome to show you guys the stuff that I'd seen so far, and we can explore together. Now at the bottom, we have kind of our sector level, the amount of jumps, I think, before we reach a level. There's like a boss fight that we get to and all of that kind of stuff. I don't know what that is. Nothing. Alright, maybe it's when we jump to the new sector. So we're sector level 1 with a certain amount of dangers and enemies, and then once we reach a certain point, we will, I guess, fight a boss and then jump to sector 2. So Now, where do we jump? How do we jump to the next place? That is these things over here. We can jump to the ghost sector, which is the threat is level 1. I don't know what lose detection in 2 jumps means. I have no idea what that means yet. Maybe we will figure it out as we go along. But it's not really explained to us. All that's explained to us is we click on debris or these things to jump to the next set, and we auto fight. So just to sneak in my first critique before we get to the critique section: tutorials, please. We need good tutorials in games, especially complex games, because total non-gamers can come to these games that are, just a click in a web page, very, very easily sent to other people who just have the internet and a browser. So it's very easy for non-gamers to jump in, and we want to lead these people in by holding them by the hand and helping them get their feet. We do not want to scare non-gamers off, because they could become gamers, and we need more gamers. So please tutorialize your games. Right, so we are looking at the ghost sector, or we could go to the salvage graveyard. There is detected loot of a drain. Area threat, however, is level 2. I don't know. Can we handle level 2? I have no idea. And there's the dead expanse, also level 1, and we lose detection. And there's just regular salvages. So those two are about the same. Ghost sector and dead expanse. But I want to see what is in the salvage graveyard, because I like drones. I love games that give you drones and things like that do stuff automatically for you. So let's go there and let's have a look. And we go zoop. Oh, and we have an enemy. Get him. Oh, we smacked him. Okay, so we have loot. We can either have a repair drone, or a decoy drone, or a shield drone. I don't like the idea of a repair drone, because otherwise you just have to kind of buy repairs at places that you don't necessarily get to. So a repair drone is fine. However, it will fill up one of our upgrade slots, which is a concern. But let's get that anyway. We zapped him. We got some stuff. We got a little bit of salvage that we can pick up here. We got another one over here. That one looks multicolored. I don't know. Shing. Oh, there's another one there. Let's get it. And we've got everything, and now we have our little repair drone circling around us so we can get repaired. That's nice. Alright, that's fine. Maybe we can get a couple more drones in our other slots, and like a fighting drone and things like that. Right, so ghost sector, dead expanse, and a different dead expanse. Lose detection in 2 jumps, lose detection in 1 jump. Maybe we no longer have this as an option. If we don't go to this, we will lose it. So that's kind of warning us that if you jump again, you will lose it. But this one will stay around for 2 jumps. Alright, let's go to the ghost sector and see what the ghost sector gives us. We zap there. Oh, we have an enemy, and we have things to zap. But we got the enemy, and he gave us... Oh. Apparently he gave us a link to somewhere. Let's zap all the things. Alright, we have all of our loot. I guess. And we got 3 experience, I guess, for slaughtering enemies rather than picking up loot. So, we can go to maintenance outpost, the service dock, but we haven't taken any damage. Or at least we've repaired our damage, and we've still got plenty of fuel. But we're going to lose it in 2. We can go to a debris... Oh, more detected loot drone. And area threat level 1, so that sounds pretty good. To just get some loot. We're going to lose the dead expanse, but that's fine. Let's jump there and see what we can find. Oh, there's an enemy. Zap him, boyo. Zap him. Oh, he's beating us up. Oh, we died. Game over. And now we have upgrades, but unfortunately we only got 3 experience. So we can't buy any upgrades. Because this costs 33, so we're short 30 experience. This one's only cost us 18, but can we get to that one? Is it locked? Oh yeah, because it's locked because you have to get through that. So we need 33 experience to at least get some of our elements. Our ship was destroyed by the scavengers. Alright, so let's return. Oh, and we start with loot. And we are still in sector 1. Alright. Let's click on some things. We can't. Oh, we can. While we think about this. You know what? I'm going with the repair drone again because that's quite useful. I believe. Anyway, I believe that is useful. Alright, so here we are at sector level 1. We have, what is this? Salvage graveyard. We've got detected loot augment, but it's a level 2 threat. Weird that the level 2 threat we cruised through previously, but the level 1 threat beat the crap out of us previously. So, I'm not sure how we can interpret the sort of the area threat there. See, that was the one we got beaten up at. Alright, this is the only one with the... Oh, no, they're all level 2s. Interesting. Okay, because I know people were saying that the game kind of pushes you forward as you progress, and you can get to a level where you're just beaten up by all of the enemies without being able to fight. You can kind of progress yourself into a hole, as it were. And I don't like the idea of that in a roguelite sort of repeated runs type of game. That is something that needs to be avoided, but that could just be a balancing issue. So yeah, well, let's see what augment we can get. Oh, there's a bad guy. Get him. Zap him. No, you missed him. We are not getting this guy. Oh, we got him. Alright. Right, so these are augments. We have Last Stand. Low hull increases damage. That might be helpful. I don't know. We have an Exploder, AoE on impact, or we have a Shield Harvest. Kills restore shield. That's only really useful if we're fighting multiple enemies. And I think we might have a better augment in that case. This causes an AoE impact, again, only really useful if we're fighting multiple enemies. Low hull increases damage. Let's get this because it helps us with both. Or we could just salvage it to give us 5 credits. Actually, that might be better, and then we can hopefully find one of the shop type places and just buy something. I don't know, these might be amazing, but I don't really like the sound of any of them in general. So let's just get our 5 credits, and we zap him and get a few more bits of debris. So we've got everything. Okay, well, let's see what our options are here then. Dead Expanse level 2. There's a level 1. Can we get another drone? Let's go have a look-see. Oh, my hull's... Oh, we smacked him. Alright, well, let's get an assault drone so you can help us do damage when we're fighting these enemies. Task Authority. Okay, well, let's go have a look at that next, I think. But can we can't do anything with our drones. We can't upgrade them or anything. We can't upgrade ourselves or anything like that other than jump throughs. We've only got 8 XP. So yeah. Alright, well, let's go to the Task Authority and see what we can find there. Right, so here we are given a job. We can defeat elite enemies, in which we get given augment and some credits and XP, or we can defeat a boss, we're given a drone, or we can defeat 5 regular enemies and we get a module. Well, I think this is more likely, so let's go with this. Alright, well, we have succeeded in that particular fight. We've got one of our 5 regular enemies. Just finished getting all of this kind of stuff, and our ship is back to full health again. I think our drone helped there, but our drone is also firing the same ballistic shots as we are firing, and the enemies can dodge that. So I don't know if we get to update our weapon system. soon. It'd be nice if we could find that homing augment that I saw on one of them. Alright, exchange station, so we should probably go there. Yeah, let's go to the exchange station. Zoop. Alright, so now we can potentially buy some stuff. We can get a salvage drone who will help us salvage. We can get a weapon stabilizer, weapon spread. There's that last stand thing. Oh, there's homing. Alright, I'm going to get homing. Well, that was helpful. Got 2 regular enemies and some debris. Alright. Well, great. So we have a maxed out ship in terms of upgrades that I think I'm quite happy with. I don't like that one appears to be losing health. And that one's nearly dead. Does it just get respawned if it dies? I guess we'll find out. Now, that looks like a scary place, level 3. That looks like some interesting loot, possibly. There's the Task Authority job terminal, but we already have a job. Alright. Well, let's go there, and we'll see what kind of loot we come up with. Alright, well, we beat the crap out of him. And we've got some upgrades that we don't want because we can't actually fit them. So let's just salvage those. I'm still very concerned about my guys' levels. There's detected loot, a drone. How do I... Because these drones are tier 1. Do I get better drones or do I have to upgrade the drones somehow? Well, let's jump there because hopefully we'll get another enemy and we can finish our job. I do not want to go to the elites territory because I don't have a job to kill elites. So let's go to the regular territory. Let's see what we can come up with. Oh, we blasted him. Now, if I select him, do we... Okay, so it says +1 tier, so we do potentially upgrade our drone. Let's have a look. Right, so he is now tier 2, so that's how we upgrade drones. I wonder if we can upgrade them in any other way. I would very much like to upgrade our assault drone as well, so let's keep an eye out for opportunities for that, because that would be quite useful. Although he doesn't seem to have homing shots, so I don't know about that. Augments... It's just straight salvages. Alright, let's go. Oh, we've done this. So we can hand this in. And we can upgrade something. +40 shield capacity. Quicker cooldowns. And weapon spread. Shorter weapon spread, I guess. Maybe that just makes the weapon more accurate. Well, let's get this. Oh, this has to go in our upgrades. That sucks. That sucks. Why can't we just upgrade our base ship? I guess that's the run XP is spent on that. But oh, did we just lose that? All right, that's not cool. We've left our drone authority behind. Maybe we should have gotten a tip. Maybe we can have 2 more jobs at once. Well, let's go back and jump and sort of see what this gives us. Well, 3 enemies now. Alright. I'll just salvage. I don't want to replace any of our stuff. Is there any debris? There's some debris. Someone's graveyard. Ah, there's our task authority. Let's go and see if we can get another job. Because the jobs give us a jump of XP. Okay, we need to kill 10 regular enemies there. We just need to jump two more jumps, so that's a pretty good one. Or fight elite enemies, but we don't want to fight elite enemies, although we do get a tier 3 drone. Alright, but our XP is still low, so let's go and see this. Whoop. Ow. He beat the hell out of us. Yes, I think the debris that we get just cycles around us. Okay. So we've got to jump to 2 points of interest. What are you, question mark? That's an anomalous reading. I'm concerned about that. But our hull is going to repair as we jump. That's just a straight salvage. Alright, well let's go look at the anomalous reading and see what that's all about. Ow, ow. So this is pointless. Is there something here that we can... I mean, it just says escape. But I'm enjoying clicking on the asteroids. It does say resources detected 5. But where are they? I'm collecting something. Oh, is it fuel? I'm collecting fuel. Alright, well, let's escape. It'll cost 21. Prep 300 steps. Ow. I mean, nothing here is really hurting us, so... I don't know if... I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing here. I mean, this is definitely very anomalous. Okay, it did take a bunch of our fuel. Alright. Well, I guess let's go over there and see if we can refit our fuel now that we've been beaten up. And that should count as a point of interest jump. There we go. Alright. Could do more damage. Plus 20 fuel, 22 credits. Alright, well, I mean, that was mildly painful, but at least we've got all our fuel. And then we can go to the jump gate to get to Sector 2, so that's really only our only option here. Oh, we finished this mission. Alright. I guess we just salvage this, so we can't upgrade our homing to make it better. So let's just salvage this and grab some money about it. Our XP is now above sort of the current level, so yeah, so we've got something there. Alright, let's jump to the gate. Are we going to fight an enemy here? Yes, we are. Oh, no, we got beaten up. Alright, but we have XP enough to add an empty slot for an upgrade. Oh, I like that. I hope that's what that is. That's how I'm interpreting that. So we've got that, and we've unlocked all of these other things. Alright. So, let's see now if we return to here. Yes, now we have 4 slots. Okay, so that is now our upgrade options. I'm just going to let that guy go through and just see if he cycles around, because I'm not sure about that. I mean, a slower one came out. Do we just keep getting debris until these drop down, I guess? Anyway, that is all the gameplay I'm showing. So, if you are just here for the gameplay, well, the link is in the description. Come and play this game. Please don't forget to like or dislike if you liked or disliked the video. Not the game. If you like to dislike the game, go and tell the developer. I don't want to take credit for that. But if you like to dislike the video, please leave a comment telling me why you liked it or disliked it, so that I can become a better YouTuber, focus on the good things and shy away from the bad things. Yeah, and if you want to watch more videos on indie games, I do a video a day on average. Just hit that subscribe button, and we will talk more about indie games in the future. Look at new ones, take a second look at old ones, all of that kind of good stuff. And that's what the channel is all about. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. If, however, you are here for critiques, well, where do we start? We have already mentioned the tutorial. So yes, I think this game desperately needs more tutorializing, more explanation of how things work. It also needs... Can I get to like settings or anything like that? No, I hit escape and it just goes blank. Okay, that seems a bit buggy, so let's reload and see where it takes us. So okay, we're back to the click to start. And what kind of counts as tutorial, and it's remembered where we are. So we are still at sector level 1. We have some our extra upgrade point. We can like build the ship up a little bit and just get to where we were. Nice. Okay, so yeah, we don't seem to have any kind of quality of life sound controls or anything like that that we can get to. Pressing escape messed us up quite a bit. So yeah. All right. Well, I mean, that's fine. That's the nature of it. But yeah, so the UI has issues. Now, why did we still have 2 resources there? Did we get another one? I'm going to leave that one ticking through and see if another one pops out. I don't understand the resource thing at all. There's at least 1 resource. And then it says, oh, you got another one. It's a good thing it had a trail, because it was almost invisible. Anyway, so yeah, so the UI, it needs help. The sounds are good. I like the sounds of this game. I like the music in the background. I think it's very fitting. I like the zaps and the boofs and the explosions and things like that. They could be a little bassier, a little sort of deeper and broader in the lower end. But I always say that I like deep, heavy, bassy things because they are just more viscerally pleasing. They make you more kind of immersed and compelled into the game. But I think these sounds are good as they are. So I'm very, very pleased with those. The artwork is good. I like the look of our ship. I like the look of the enemy ships. I love the little debris things, the way they sparkle and the way they're all jaggedy and you just zap them with the laser. I think the game looks very, very good. I'm I greatly enjoy the way this game looks. So bravo, dev. You did some good stuff there. This game is attractive. I like it. I think it's one of the main things that drew me to it. It's just how good looking it is. I like this background. I like the swirly patterns and the color schemes and things like that. And I like the effects. So yeah, bravo. That is good. Which brings us to the gameplay. And I do like it. I do wish you had a map. If I press M or anything like that, I wish it was more than just these things. I like the idea of a space map, because why can we only see a few limited places? Why can't we see where we have to go to? You know, all of that kind of stuff. It would be nice if we could see a map and we could navigate around the map, sort of points of interest in the galaxy, and there's just this map that pops up, and that's how we navigate around. Instead of these things at the edge of the screen, I don't really like these. They add complexity. I can see they're different and they stand out a bit from these flying games and things like that. But no, let's give us a map that we can open when we're ready, and otherwise just have this empty kind of expanse with the stuff around the edge. You know, our game information bits and pieces. That's fine at the edges. Again, it's a little bit complicated. Maybe this thing would hide until you brought the map up, but you can have these at the top in the normal gameplay and these at the side. Maybe hide those until you mouse over them or something like that, just to remove complexity and cluster from the screen. But I mean, as it is, this is fine. I don't like the fact that you're only given a couple of randomly selected options, and this is, you know, this is your navigational view. I don't think that's very good. I think as a person, we would know where we're kind of trying to get to, and at least get, you know, mostly information in the view of a map of how to navigate around. And maybe special points of interest can appear as we get closer on the map view or something like that, so add that random element. But otherwise, why can we not just fly where we're expected to fly to jump to teleport, or whatever you want to call it, using our fuel? Yeah, a map view would be nice. Other than that, I love the auto firing. I don't know why it's not auto mining. Why do we have to manually mine stuff? I suppose to give us something to click on, something to do. But it is a little weird that our ship will automatically fire at enemy ships, but won't automatically fire at nearby debris. I like the fact of being able to sort of override, click on certain enemies and certain debris or something to focus on that. Like if we had a tanky enemy and a glass cannon enemy, and we would automatically shoot at the tanky enemy, but if we click on the glass cannon enemy, we would blast him down to stop doing damage to us, and then we could slowly burn down the tank. You know, that kind of tactical decision would be very nice. But yeah, it's a little weird that we can auto manage the dangerous combat thing, but not auto manage zapping largely static debris. A little weird in terms of interpreting the gameplay. I see as a gameplay mechanic, it's fine. It's quite nice. You click on the things and you zap the things, and it's satisfying. But in terms of gameplay, in terms of lore, I found that a little strange without at least lampshading it and explaining it in a manual or something like that. Otherwise, the game feels good. And I mean, that does bring us to my usual final critique, which is the immersion and the lore elements. We don't know who we are, we don't know who these enemies are, we don't know what's going on. I know the game is in its early stages, but it is quite important to get that up and running, because you want to pull kind of loyal players in with good storyline, with good kind of context and things like that. And even if your gameplay is limited, if you have good lore, you will attach players who will be enthusiastic supporters and keep the game alive, more alive for longer, because they want to see how the lore is implemented and outlined and expanded on, even if the gameplay is still being developed and stuff like that. So yeah, so really consider sitting down and doing some writing and some storyline for your world, and it might help future development as well, because it gives you ideas for things that you have to develop into. Just have a disclaimer at the beginning to say this lore might change as the game progresses and develops, and take ideas and insights from your community. But yeah, get to writing, because a good storyline is easy to make. In terms of sort of effort required to implement things like that, it doesn't require much dev time. It just requires some extra buttons to go look at the lore and the manual and things like that. I would seriously either write it yourself or get someone in the community to write for you. Somebody will be quite happy to do that for free, I assure you. And get some good lore in there. Get something interesting for players to lock onto. That would be my suggestion. And that's it. That is all the critiques I'm going to give at this point. I think the game is fantastic. I haven't really developed far enough into it to know about sort of the long-term difficulties with people saying they can kind of get leveled into a corner or something like that. That might be an issue that needs outlining. Perhaps just the ability to go, all right, I don't want to respawn in Sector 2. I want to respawn back in Sector 1 and play through that, even though I'm overpowered for it, because it'll help me level up a bit more so I'm better at facing Sector 2. That might be the option. So sort of like when you get to the jump gate, or when you get to respawning a level, if it respawns you in Sector 2, make that the player's choice. Say, no, I'm going to go back a sector. I need to level more. I need to upgrade more. I don't know if that's even an option, but I think that might be a nice addition to the game. And that's it from me. And I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you come and play this game. And thank you for watching. And as always, I hope to see you in the next video as well. Goodbye.